Welcome to Attleboro Update. Two state dignitaries recently made a stop in Attleboro. Governor Deval and Attorney General Martha Coakley stopped into the downtown last Thursday, where Mayor Kevin Dumas gave the two a walkthrough tour of the city. During the tour, he cited the major developments in the city as it continues to revitalize the downtown area. The tour finished up at Briggs Playground, which is another area that the mayor plans to revitalize. Both the governor and the attorney general had a moment to speak, and DoubleACS was on hand to cover the event.
The governor mentioned, coming down here when he was first running for governor and taking a look and seeing the amazing development so far in every neighborhood. The work that's been done as a result of terrific partnerships with the state, the vision of this mayor, and his incredible enthusiasm for what I think we want to see all over Massachusetts is our cities coming back, bringing back housing that's affordable, transportation that makes sense and is clean, the kinds of work neighborhood by neighborhood, corner by corner that's happening here. It's really exciting. And to be here in this playground in a space that makes so much sense and is so important for a dense city neighborhood. It makes a big difference between how people feel about where they live, feel about their city. We're looking for goals where kids are going to be able to have free spaces to play. So I'm excited to see this, and of course, Governor, you must be, because you saw it a long time ago and see what we've done so far.
The mayor was reminding me, or actually Lisa from Congressman McGovern's office was reminding me that we saw the plans back during my first campaign for what is happening in downtown Attleboro, and we've tried to be a good partner to this mayor because he's got a great vision and a record of execution. And really, the reason we're here today is to celebrate that spirit of partnership, and to call attention to the commitment to partnership that Martha Coakley has if she has the opportunity to serve as governor, and to show what that kind of partnership can produce for the people who live in our cities and towns.
So this really reinforces to me the sense of having a regional economic development plan, because across Massachusetts we have different economies, we have different histories, we have different ways that mayors and the advocacy groups and our other elected officials want to move forward. They really know best what's going to work in their cities and how the state can be a good partner. And it's why, in looking at over the next 10 years, making sure that we have a significant amount of money for infrastructure, for transportation, but also for competitive grants that I know Mayor Dumas has taken advantage of, to say he's going to know best in his city, as many of our mayors do, whether it's Salem or New Bedford or Fitchburg, where that money can have the quickest and the best impact. And as we talk today, when you start to do those projects neighborhood by neighborhood, as we've done with turning abandoned properties around, we get the private sector excited about investing. We get people in the city excited, and we get people interested, as we know there's a move to come back to cities, housing, good restaurants, streets that make sense, and frankly, it's a really pretty view if you're going to sit downtown and have a dinner, walk around Attleboro. It's a great place to be. So I'm excited, and I intend to use Attleboro as an example of what we can do around the state.
Give us one new idea you have to help development in a place like Attleboro.
Well, it's specifically my regional economic development plan. I have said we will dedicate $500 million over the next 10 years. $400 million for infrastructure development, but $100 million for projects exactly like we've seen have been successful in the past, that will allow a place like Attleboro, with a mayor like yours who has a great vision for Attleboro and a plan. I have no doubt that if we made funds available to Mayor Dumas, he would tell me off the cuff where he'd like to spend that. That's the kind of thing that will work in each city, particularly like Attleboro. And besides that, not Attleboro specific only, we're going to invest in early education and making sure our schools have the science, technology, engineering, manufacturing, and a little bit of art and music thrown in there, so that the kids across the Commonwealth, including here in Attleboro, are going to be ready for those jobs. As we grow our businesses, as the economy turns around, we not only need the businesses here, we need kids and a workforce who are ready to take those jobs.
What's being done to entice businesses to come into these small cities? Because I see a lot of small cities turn into bedroom communities, people going to Boston. What's being done to entice businesses to come to these small communities?
Well, first of all, the interesting thing that's happening is, particularly for a younger generation that wants to work and live, not have to commute long distances, we see a real change and a move towards our urban centers, which I think is terrific for Massachusetts. And you can see what's happening here. That growth that'll happen in the private sector with a good partnership to provide for housing, provide for restaurants. Businesses will, as we saw the new kitchen center on the corner there, a place like Attleboro can start to develop small and businesses that will grow to serve not just the city, but around the surrounding area. And as where I grew up in North Adams, my dad moved out there and bought a home, bought a business. We want to be able to provide for access to capital, development of those small businesses that allow for people to live and work and, see their kids walk to school, have a good education. Those are things that are exciting to me. I know that people in Massachusetts want to see that, and I think you have a mayor here who gets that idea.